Hi Scorpio, welcome to your March 2021 tarot reading. Scorpio, the horoscope for you is up on my channel as well in the March All Signs video. If you've watched that, you know that Pisces season is a wonderful time for all Scorpios. It is a time of love, creativity, passion, pleasure. And a time when you can really get into the flow of life and go with the energy that you need to tap into, or that you have felt was quite hard to find recently. For a lot of you, Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups, and the Eight of Wands, you've been very confused about something in your life. You've been very confused about something you want, or you don't know if you want it, or you're not sure if you want it now, or you're not sure if you want it later, or you're not sure, you're not sure, you're not sure. And the problem with that, Scorpio, is when you're in that headspace where you're just not sure of what's going to happen next based on what you want, your results start getting really mixed and you notice things in your life start to stall and delay. You're about to get that clarity, Eight of Wands. There's movement, there's energy coming at you, there's messages, there's conversations, there's a free flow of energy. It's interesting that February in many ways for some of the fixed signs was a little bit like when you turn on a tap and no water is coming out, but you can't source why. March is that water starting to flow, starting to hydrate the areas of your life that have become very parched, where you felt there has been a lack of movement, a lack of feeling, a lack of emotional connection to what it is that you're doing. A lot of you have been feeling really very foggy, a lot like you can't wrap your head around things, or maybe you've been clumsier than usual, or maybe you've been making silly mistakes with Mercury retrograde. Be gentle, because Mercury has been retrograde in the water sign houses for you. It's been retrograde in Aquarius, your fourth house, and so a lot of you have felt very confused about a home situation, very confused about a family situation, or very confused about the past. There's movement in those areas where there's been delays. And you can bet with that Eight of Wands that it's good news, it's clarity, it's, yes, Page of Swords. Gossip, interesting, you've been trying to fill in the blanks of what you don't know. It's likely when there is such a beautiful energy for you, Scorpio, that people are talking, or people are communicating about you. People are talking about how well you look, how well you're doing, how well you're appearing, how creative they're loving your ideas. I feel that when people are talking about you in March, it's for a good reason. They're appreciating you, they're respecting you, they're enjoying you. They're really for you at the moment. Justice. Interesting. You could be dealing with a Libra in your life very closely, or there could be something legal in the air. Perhaps you work in the legal profession. Perhaps you are on a quest in some area of your life for the truth or for justice. There is something that you want to make sure is fair. For a lot of you, this could be a new job. This could be where you start a contract with somebody else. Now, what's interesting about this, Scorpio, is that the Piscean energy is now giving a beautiful flow energy. It's sending loving vibrations to your partnership sector, which rules relationships, committed relationships, but it also rules your legal partnerships and your contracts. So it's likely that there's some good news either in a legal case or with a Libra, or to do with a contract. Ace of Cups. Okay, some Scorpios are getting engaged. This is coming up a lot for you guys lately because of all the fifth house energy, love and romance. A lot of you are starting or are about to go into or are enjoying a relationship. We have the partnership and we have the love, balance and love. You will feel, Scorpio, that March is a truly beautiful time for love, and for a lot of you that are single, it's come up in the love signs reading. If you want to check that out, it's the Venus and Pisces horoscope for all signs. I'll link it below. A lot of Scorpios, because of this Piscean energy, are finding love, or are finding a partnership, or are enjoying a partnership for the first time. Maybe with a fire sign, Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What is underneath? Six of Pentacles. Okay, so this is interesting. Let's have a little look. So, Justice, Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. It is quite likely for many Scorpios that there is love in your life. It's in the middle of this reading, sandwiched in the middle. It could be with a fire sign or a Libra. It doesn't have to be. It can be Sun, Moon, Rising. But what I'm seeing for Scorpios here is a new beginning based on in fairness, in longevity, in fairness. There is likely in all Scorpios' lives someone in your periphery, someone you're very connected with. It doesn't have to be romantic love, but it's love of some kind. Someone who really wants to do right by you, someone who you can really trust. It looks like a fire sign energy to me, but as I say, it can be Libra. It can even be the water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But for a lot of Scorpios, there is a new beginning for you this month based in trust. There is a deepening of this. There's a flow of emotions. There's a flow of energy that maybe, as I say, has been backed up like that tap. There's also a full moon at the end of the month in Libra that we see here with Justice. There is a full moon that says, open your heart, open your soul, connect with it. It's actually quite interesting, but if you're into astrology, you'll know that the full moon in Libra is going to be opposite the sun in Aries, which is the Queen of Wands here. And it's opposite Chiron, the wounded healer. So around that full moon, Scorpio, you'll notice towards the end of the month, a lot of feelings coming up, a lot of emotions, a lot of energy, a lot of unspoken words, a lot of depth within you because it's your 12th house. And you'll see these emotions around the end of the month really prevail in your life, and you'll think, wow, this is very freeing for me. This is very cathartic to be able to talk to people, to be able to trust people, to be able to trust people in your life. Because that is something, Scorpio, that you're naturally a little adverse to, is trust. And so when I see Justice and the Ace of Cups, it's saying to you, Scorpio, don't worry about leaning into love. Don't worry about leaning into feelings. Don't worry about leaning into expressing yourself, expressing your emotions, and expressing how it is that you really feel, and allowing other people to see a part of you. There's a real compatibility, it seems, between Scorpios and fire signs. It comes up a lot for Scorpio, and I think it's because you are traditionally, and so forever will be, ruled by Mars. And as a sign of Mars, you connect very deeply with Aries. When you share a ruler, oftentimes there is this unspoken camaraderie and this unspoken understanding. But it goes for the other fire signs, because you're ruled by a very fiery planet. Sometimes you can be more fiery than them. And then there's Libra, who has this quiet understanding of Scorpios, or you of them, where there's a need for Libra and a need for you to confide. And so when you find a person in your life, Scorpio, whether it be friendship, whether it be love, that you're really very grateful for, tell them. There's a real need to express love here, especially when Mercury goes into Pisces on the 15th. In the later part of the month, there's a real need to express yourself, to express your feelings. Even if you felt kind of irritated lately by the past, irritated maybe by family, irritated maybe by people that you spent your childhood with, or events that you participated in your childhood. There's things that have been irking you lately, and Justice and the Ace of Cups is here to say, that is over. That time is over. There's a new beginning here, Scorpio, for you to be more passionate, to be more engaged. There's an opportunity for many of you in work. Six of Pentacles. If you have been waiting for a job or waiting to start a job, it seems like that has been a very painful thing for you. If you've been waiting to get a creative project off the ground, it has felt very stop and start for a very long time, very disappointing, very worrying, but at the back of your mind, you knew you wanted it. And that's where the energy starts to move. That's where the Six of Pentacles is the hiring card. For a lot of you, there is a formal recognition for your work. You will find this month something really interesting, Scorpio. You will be able to open people. You know, you'll be able to help other people blossom, which is something that I think you shy away from sometimes. It's something that I think you can forget to remember, that you can actually open people up in a really beautiful way, especially in terms of creativity. Sometimes you can really pull that out of people in a way that just makes you feel free. For another thing for a lot of Scorpios, there's so much in the 5th house at the moment, pregnancy. For a lot of Scorpios, this to me is a time that you decide you want to start a family, or you're blessed with a pregnancy, or blessed with a child, or blessed with a relationship next level. Maybe it's traveling together, maybe it's buying a house together, maybe it's anything. But there's a beautiful new beginning here for Scorpios in a romantic, loving capacity. And as I say, you know, you're a Scorpio, you're in the depths of the water with that dolphin there. Your love doesn't necessarily just keep itself to itself or stick to one topic. Scorpios love or hate. There is actually rarely in between. But what seems to be here, Scorpio, is that there's love and passion. So the key things that I'm seeing for you are a relationship, that's for sure, new love potentially, engagement, marriage, babies. It's all things in that 5th house bracket actually. But the 7th house is here too. So if you don't know too much about astrology, I'm just key phrasing, that would be love, partnership, marriage, children, creativity, passions. All coming up as something very specifically for you. Really beautiful energies actually, Scorpio. If you are somebody who is creative, please use that this month, because you could create something that has behind it a very important message, a very important promise, a very important energy for other people to use. You could create something this month that can inspire people to do better. It's another thing that I'm getting for you. You know, it's nice to predict certain things, but sometimes it's also nice to be aware of what you're capable of, or at least remember what you're capable of. Balance, love, and passion being your keywords. Your spirit animal for March is the horse. Isn't that beautiful? I love that card. The horse. So horse energy. One of the things that's very important to know about a Scorpio is that they work really, really hard. Nobody works harder than a Scorpio if they're passionate about it. If they're not passionate about it, they don't work at it. And so for a lot of Scorpios, if you're in a career, in a job where there's no passion, you sting yourself. And if you're in a job where there's no passion, does it mean you have to leave right here and now and go after what it is that you want? No. I think, to be honest, that's thrown around far too much in tarot and astrology readings. You don't have to just leave what it is that you do if you're secure. Not all passions have to be monetized. You can have a passion on the side that is just as fulfilling. So don't pressure yourself to have the world's most successful career or be the best at anything. Just do what makes you feel passionate. Don't take money out of the equation in terms of your hobbies. Do what you have to do for your own needs first, and then bring the passionate side into it and really enjoy it, really explore it. Because what people don't realize sometimes is that when your passion becomes your job, it can be just as draining. So be easy on yourself if you're still trying to figure that out. I think a lot of you are figuring out what it is that you're passionate about with the Queen of Wands and the Love card here. And with the Balance card, you're getting that work, passion, balance down pretty well. With the Horse, you're steady here. This is Earth energy. Can represent a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But what I love about the Horse actually is that as much as it's stable, it's grounded, it's also a free spirit. The crescent moon there suggests around the third eye that the horse is intuitive. And I don't know if you've ever dealt with a horse one-on-one, but they are intuitive. A lot of the time, horses are very good judges of character. And so if you find yourself around the full moon thinking, I don't know, I'm just drawn to do something else, or I'm just drawn to step away from this, or I'm just drawn to pick another choice, go with it. You have that horse energy. So if I were you, I would Google the horse and see what the spiritual symbolism is. I'm going to do you a goddess guidance card as well. Lovely. Rhiannon, sorceress. You're a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. Now, I know that is a unicorn, but there's no denying there's a little bit of a similarity to the horse. So with the sorceress card and the horse, in fact, the words even, horse, sorceress. You are a horseress. Synchronicities right there. You could be spending time with horses or working with horses, or you could just need to run. Maybe if you're into running, this is something that's coming up. And around the Libra full moon, I want to make you aware of one thing that is astrological in particular. The full moon's in your 12th house. When there's a full moon in the 12th house, people fear it because they think, oh, all my innermost fears, my shadow self is going to rise to the surface and it's going to say, boo. You're a Scorpio, you're always working with that. That's the thing about water signs. They don't fear those transits the way other people do because you're always in there, really, casting a little bit of a light into your shadows. The full moon is actually, as well as being in your place of the subconscious, it's in your place of true bliss and miracles. And so the sorceress card is no surprise. Make a wish around that full moon. Set an intention to heal something. Ask if only for clarity on something that's troubling you, maybe. And your oracle card, Scorpio. Oh, well, you got 3. You got 3. You have the 6th chakra, which is your third eye, has come up again. The third eye seems to be something with Scorpios here. We have the hostilities card and the 1st chakra, which is your root chakra. So your ability to stay grounded and your ability to stay in your intuition connected to the higher self is in trouble here. There's a lack of connection. So you have to stay grounded in this time, Scorpio. You have to feel present. You have to feel in the moment. When there is a discord between your third eye and your root chakra, it means that you can either feel incredibly stuck or you can feel incredibly in your head and you can feel overwhelmed by all the different things you're tapping into. Pisces season is a time of much psychic energy that can exhaust anybody, even you. And so if you're feeling overwhelmed by all the different messages, get into nature, get into your own body, focus on the food you're eating, the steps you're taking, the routine. You know, the 1st chakra will be activated strongly when we move into Aries season. And in that time, you have to focus on your health, your well-being, and your physical body. And so if you feel like something is off with yourself physically this month, get it checked out. No questions asked. Get it checked out. Or if you notice an imbalance that you have to change it. So Scorpio, that is what I have for you in March. It looks to be a beautiful month. There looks to be a lot of love, a lot of loyalty, a lot of trust, a lot of magic, and a lot of passion, more than anything else. So if you want to join me in the extended, it is linked below. In it, we will go into the different zodiac signs you could be dealing with. You could be dealing with a Virgo, for example. We get more into the cards, we get more into the astrology, and we just do a deep dive into March for you. Okay? So I will talk to you soon, Scorpio. Please subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the extended. Bye.